Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Study of X, the bi-weekly X-Men podcast, where we discuss the Krakoan era of X-Men comics. I am your host, Tim, and with me, as always, is Chris.
I want you, right now, to close your eyes and picture with all of your being Apocalypse in his entire getup, holding a small baby, wearing only a diaper. And that's what we're talking about today, so have fun.
And Sergio.
That's what most babies wear.
Yeah,
yes,
small diapers.
This is true. It's just more the idea of Apocalypse, big and scary, holding this very small child in his hand.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gotta happen often.
I feel like it should, considering he kidnaps babies a lot, apparently.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing he does.
Yeah.
But
It's
also,
not the only thing he does, but
it's a big part of him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like his hobbies include baby kidnapping and magic, I guess.
Yeah, but also, okay, he kidnaps a baby. Who's taking care of the baby? Because I don't see Apocalypse giving this baby, like, a little bottle and changing its diaper. Unless he has to, in which case, I don't know, that just seems very weird to me and not Apocalypse.
No, that's a valid point.
He has a big family. You think he had his wife change the Egyptian god babies?
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe the Four Horsemen can do like a nursery thing.
Maybe? You know?
Yeah, he's got people.
Yeah, he should have people.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, we're talking all about this. He shows up maybe once in this entire 3-issue thing we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. So our issues that we're covering this week include Cable 12 as well as Children of the Atom 4 and 5. This is going to be the end of this Cable run. Children of the Atom is about to be ending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of wrapping up, a lot of ends of storylines, or close to the end of storylines that we're going to be getting to here.
Yeah, lots of fighting, very kind of straightforward issues all around. I don't think there's many surprises in here.
No.
No, I don't think so either.
And,
yeah.
Want to get into it?
Sure.
Let's go.
So, for Cable number 12, Shakespeare in the Zark, this is written by Gary Duggan and came out in July of 2021. I took a look into this to see if there was any official announcement or comment made about why Cable was ending. The only thing I could find is a picture of a tweet from Gary Duggan, because I believe he's since deleted his Twitter. It's also very hard to backsearch on Twitter now. But he did make a post shortly after the ending of Cable where he said he had always planned for this to be 12 issues, so this is the natural ending to the story he wanted to do.
I think that makes sense. This does not feel rushed at all. This feels fine.
Yeah, it definitely felt last issue like, oh, we are moving to an end, but like, considering the pacing of stuff like X Factor and stuff like Fallen Angels, this felt a lot more natural, pacing-wise.
Yeah, this is downright graceful in comparison.
Yeah, in comparison, yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, we want to get into it?
Yeah, so we're opening up pretty much directly after number 11 ended, which is Old Man Cable making his way into this alternate reality that is sort of like Limbo, but not really, where Strife, his evil clone, is here with a bunch of demons, hoping to sacrifice mutant babies in order to create another demon invasion of Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are punching.
Yep, and now that old Cable is here and the plan has gone off, so is everybody else. We have young Cable here taking a shot at Strife, with Cyclops there as well, and he calls in the cavalry. So on the war wagon, we have Jean, Hope, Deadpool, we have Domino, we have really a really nice crew here to jump in and just fight demons with.
Yeah. Everyone's here.
It's
Strife
very
didn't
much
see it
like
coming. I feel like Strife kind of expected just the 2 Cables.
Yeah, the 2 Cables and maybe like the Summers family, but like not like the whole crew.
Yep.
But this is like aside from this is Sophie, right?
No, this is Esme.
Esme. Yeah, aside from Esme Cuckoo, this is like just the whole Cable crew here. Like, this is all Cable's bros and family. And yeah, the battle do be raging.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of the battle rages here. We have just some fun little moments. We have Deadpool taking a shot for Esme and, cracking his one-liners. And after that, she does hop out to go and directly combat Strife, but he, being the better telepath, basically shoots it back at her, and she gets a look inside of his head, which is where I got this Apocalypse holding a baby image from.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's just holding this tiny little baby saying, "Prove your worth."
Yeah, and it's we kind of go into the history of Cable Strife a little bit here, and these two are just constantly at war with each other.
Yeah, we see these two fighting and killing each other, as it says here, across the timeline for centuries. So these two have been going at it for, as it's been hinted at, an eternal war.
Yeah.
I like medieval knight Strife.
I like the duelist Cable and Strife. I think that's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of little good ones in these images.
When you said duelist, I looked at the Tron Strife with the cool glowing lights, and I thought you meant Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist.
Oh no.
Strife.
If they've been
because
doing
the
this
thing
for
he's holding in
centuries,
his hand actually looks like a dueling kind of
it
does.
If you told me this looks vaguely like Yu-Gi-Oh, I would believe you. But no, you're talking about the
literal Victorian duelist,
dueling,
holding guns,
holding pistols. Yeah.
That's funny.
And yeah, apparently this changes some opinions Esme had here. And young Cable jumps in here. Things don't go well. But old Cable's here to kind of even the side a little bit.
Yep, and right after that is when Esme and young Cable kind of have a moment with each other and are able to not quite get past the, argument that they had, but at least come to a mutual understanding of why Cable is doing what he's doing, bringing the old man back, and everything else.
And we kind of get a little bit about Esme here as well. Apparently this relationship started because Scott and Jean were just convinced Cable could not have been actually real. This kid is too good to be true. They had the cuckoos look at him, and Esme quickly realized he is just a dumb kid and fell for him off of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. I like them as a couple.
I do too. I agree. I think it's kind of cute that we've seen a little bit of what her sister's view of this, and they are not very positive on Cable like she is. So I do like the dynamic that they have going.
Yeah. And yeah, we also get the little fun Esme being we dumped you, and now I realize you're gonna be gone, and I can't actually have you, and that's kind of messing me up. And I don't know. I like all this stuff with them here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way Cable reacts to finding out he's being surveilled for the entirety of CotA is a little wild.
Yeah, he's just okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, that means a lot that she at some point started to actually be into him instead of just spying on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely think that part lessened the blow.
Yeah.
So, but I do like Jean also coming in here and realizing that Esme is also struggling with this and saying, hey, let's help them finish this. We got to deal with Strife. Let's keep going.
Yeah. And as the battle rages, they manage to knock off Strife's helmet, and Jean and Esme go digging deep in there.
Mm-hmm. It's another psi shielded helmet, very similar to what Magneto wears. So the second that thing came off, he was wide open.
Yeah, and then as the Cables hold him at gunpoint, he puts his hands up and's okay, you guys got me. But let me get some of that Krakoan amnesty.
Yeah. CotA is for all mutants, right?
Yeah. And the Cables just look at each other, say, "Oh yeah, my ears are ringing," and just shoot him.
Yeah, just completely shoot him dead. Don't give him the chance, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of a clone, right? Or a variant in some way.
Yeah, he's just a different version of Cable.
Yeah, I don't think his claim held much water.
Yeah. We don't like clones here. We barely tolerate the two Cables.
Yeah, which, speaking of, I actually forgot to mention that at the start. In the opening little blurb where it gives you kind of a recap of what's going on,
I just remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it mentions that young Cable ceded his resurrection priority to old Cable. So that was a big part of the decision that's not really talked about. It's just kind of like tucked in there. I don't remember that
happening at all. They just kind of make sure to note that here. But I was also a little taken aback with that line.
Yeah, because I feel like that would make Scott's insistence of don't bring the old man back, live your own life. It makes more sense if it's like, well, obviously we're not going to do that because then only old Cable's going to come back. So
yeah,
okay, kind of bummed it never got dropped in anywhere, or if it did, we missed it. But I don't recall it ever being talked about.
No, I'm fairly sure that wasn't really portrayed. They're just not going to milk it for the drama that it could have been worth.
Yeah, which is something I do appreciate about this Cable comic.
Yeah. It's very funny how it takes maybe like 15 pages for Strife to just get killed.
Yes, just to be beaten and we're done.
Yeah. It's like a very straightforward like final boss battle. He just gets the helmet taken off and then he's wide open.
Yeah, wide open. We got we did the thing. Demons see Strife go down, let's go home and leave.
Yeah, they're like, okay, thank goodness, now we can just go.
I do appreciate that this allows them to just go fully into the epilogue, which is where we're now.
Yeah.
Yes, I also do like that.
And we kind of just go into the recap mode. Cable shows up and gives the old Galadorian knight the sword for him to turn into a planet.
Yes, it's clearly one of those seeding for future story moments that comics will do sometimes as they're ending. This Knight of Galador gets shocked with the light of Galador, the blade, and when he bleeds out, little metallic raindrops fall, and then a little metallic flower blooms, which is kind of sweet. So it seems like they will be back if anybody wants to pick that up.
Yeah. Also, big fan of the Galadorian knight being like, I didn't realize you were. He thought Cable was gone a long time because he's old now.
Yeah. Yes, I like that little bit.
That's a good joke. And then we get Cable has like a little moment with Esme. Just gets the fun little sitting watching the sunset thing as he disappears.
Mm-hmm.
Very Kingdom Hearts 3 ending.
He's very much like narrating all of this because we get like the narration text boxes instead of dialogue during these parts.
Yeah.
So he's kind of reflecting on the ending here. It's fun.
Yeah. Also, especially how hard goodbyes are. Because he's going to be leaving this timeline, at least for the foreseeable future, and will just be going back to endless war, as his older self had said.
Yep. There's an element here that a vibe I get from this issue, which is about like him proving himself, like he hasn't really earned the position of Cable or something like that, because even Strife at some point says that he's kind of ashamed of having to fight a version of Cable that's not being like in endless war, but hangs out at the tiki bar in Krakoa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how seriously he ends up taking that, because he does decide that the right thing to do is go fight the endless war, which I am not sure I am completely sold by.
Yeah, there's definitely like a sense of like imposter syndrome that's like going on in Cable, and this. Yeah. It feels like at this point he's kind of got over that and wants to kind of embrace being old Cable almost.
Yes.
Like he's realizes he has to become that guy, and it's like, oh, you don't have to though. But that does seem to be the arc that we're going for here.
Mm-hmm. And I do agree with Sergio that we don't really see it fully play out. That definitely feels like something that would come into a sequel to this, or another look at young Cable where he actually starts to fulfill that role and come into it. But this is definitely the start.
Yeah. we get the goodbye with the Summers family. That's pretty. I really like the art in this. Jean's face as she's hugging him is just like, it says a lot without not needing to say a lot.
I agree.
Yeah.
It also makes me think of X-Men 97 too.
Yeah.
When they realize older Cable is their son, and then also has to say goodbye to him.
And we get this bit of dialogue here with Cyclops. Then we figure out what he did with the Logan marker that he won, and he got Logan to come just drink beer with Cyclops after this, which I just think is very nice.
Yeah, I like him, keeping an eye out for his old man.
Yeah. Now he shows
gets a
up
new arm.
Yeah, shows up at the space station. Old Cable says, like, "Give me that arm. We're giving you a good one."
Yeah, just takes off his old arm without really asking, and then just puts the new one on, which is really fun.
Yeah. Cable goes to ask him a question. Old Cable shoots him down, and as Cable's asking, like, "Oh, you didn't even know what I was gonna ask," he's like, "Oh, you want to know about like CotA? Like, if we win?" It's like, don't worry about that. If you want the good outcomes, you got to fight for that.
Yeah, just the interesting conundrum of, again, time travelers meeting your older self is Old Cable knows where this is all going. He's seen it all, he had to live it, but he can't really change the mind of his young self because his young self is going to have to go through all of it, the good and the bad.
Yeah. And then we get this little, almost like this bit here where we see an Old Cable in a different part of the future. And this, I believe, is when Old Cable has to give him the arm with the bomb in it.
Yes, this is right before he gets killed by his younger self and is setting up his arm to be used for later. It's kind of calling back to it in not older, but like one of the first arcs in this Cable comic where young Cable had to go find his old dead body with Deadpool, get the arm. This is looking back at that again.
And we get someone in this scene now where it's, this is clearly older Esme.
Yes, and in case you weren't sure, she's wearing the necklace that young Cable gave to her on that last sunset.
Yeah. And so I like that bit quite a bit. She just says, like, go easy on him, he's got a soft spot. And, yeah, we get our final little goodbye. Old Cable's keeping the light of Galador and going up to the sword station as young Cable shows up back in the past to go do future war stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also the mutant babies went back to their homes, and we see the family from pretty early on in this run. They now have 2 babies
instead of 1, and they're like, they do question it a little bit because they're like, oh, it's awful we lost 1 baby. But I guess now we have 2, so that's good.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, that's how that works.
These things happen.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then one of them has a glowing yellow eye.
Yeah.
Whatever could it mean?
And yeah, that's the end of our Cable run. One of I think this is like the 3rd series we finished.
Let's see, we got Fallen Angels, we have
Empire X-Men.
I
guess, like, some of the other events, but yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah, no, this would be it. I mean, X Factor is ending, but it has not ended yet.
So what are our thoughts on Cable at the end of this?
It was fine. I'm whelmed.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to put it. I had a good time. There were some laughs. I miss our cop friends because they were funny. They're from a good sitcom.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Other than that, this was fine. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more for young Cable, where he had to more come into this mantle. But I can also see where this is a natural end for Gary Duggan's story, and he was either going to pick it up later or leave it for somebody else. So I think if this is what he was going for, it's fine.
Yeah. This feels like something that was planned out and executed, and it was never meant to be like super impactful to Krakoa at large or anything. It's just one of the stories that happened there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought it was well executed. I really liked the art all throughout.
Yeah, it's I think the art is absolutely one of the high parts here.
Yes.
The thing I will say about this issue is I think something kind of important to remember about this character is people probably came into this run not really caring much for young Cable as a concept. And I think by that metric, I do think this run did a lot for this character. He's very likable. Like, he's just kind of like a dork, like an edgy dork, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't think there's anything that like crazy game changing that went on in this run, but for what it is, I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It is a breezy read.
Yes.
It's a very breezy read. You could get through this entire series in an afternoon.
Yeah.
And have plenty of time left over.
But yeah, we want to talk about Children of the Atom?
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye to one young mutant and say hello to one other. See what I did there? Hey.
Just one.
Just one. Okay, so Children of the Atom number 4, Captured. This is written by Vita Ayala and released in June of 2021. I
wonder what happens to the Children of the Atom in this issue.
Surely not captured.
Yep.
Surely not. I mean, we're opening up at their high school. Nothing bad would happen.
Safest places in America.
Yeah, high schools. Oh no.
So sorry.
You know what? You have to laugh or else it'll be sad.
Okay.
So, fun little tidbit about this high school. It's Peter Corbow Preparatory in Brooklyn, New York. This is named after an old Marvel character from 1971. He's human, a NASA scientist, but he was friends with Charles Xavier. He knows Carol Danvers. He worked with Bruce Banner. So just kind of a fun little, hey, look at that.
Yeah, I know this guy, actually. I was about to say, I was like, that name is kind of familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, this is, we've been alternating perspectives for the characters here. This is our Benji issue.
Yes, so we're gonna focus on our, I guess, quote-unquote, not Jean character, as everybody has their own, I guess, person they look up to, or the one that they're copying.
Yeah.
But, yes, this is his, and there's, again, gonna be a lot of internal dialogue that we're gonna have to summarize here, but we open up with him, describing that, he likes his friends, but everybody else, not really there for, He either wishes they would disappear or at least leave him alone, and is just trying to get through life as a teenager.
One of the things I like about this issue specifically is I think there is a lot about this character that's like relatively unsaid, and mostly just kind of like you kind of just pick up on it as you're looking at the issue. For instance, this guy really likes drumming. I don't think there's anything in the dialogue that like says he really likes drumming, but you sure can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good point. And there was something else you pointed out to me as well that we'll get to later in the issue when it comes up. But this is definitely like the issue of if you look into it, you read into it, you're gonna find more than just what's there.
Yeah. It opens up here on like a little panel of him listening to music, and he's just air drumming in the cafeteria, which is just kind of nice. Anyway, his friends come up. They have a little, just greeting here, and we all get a text.
I love the guy wearing a bucket hat in the background.
Yeah, there is some good dudes just around here.
Mm-hmm. Very good NPC vibes.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody is quickly interrupted by a text from JJ, and it's news of the gala.
Yeah.
Crack was opening up their gates.
With a very nice clickbait headline.
Yeah, and everybody gets very excited about the prospect that they might be able to go to Krakoa before, Benji reads a little bit more and is just like, no, that's, no.
It's for specific humans, likely celebrities and superheroes, probably not high school students in New York.
You gotta actually read the article, guys.
Yeah, sorry. And Benny is playing it down when JJ pretty much cuts in knowing his older brother and says, don't let him be angsty and wuss out. We have to jump on this.
Yeah. Also, we get like another little detail. Benny does good art.
He does good art. He also really likes Wolverine.
Yeah, I would buy those stickers at a con.
Same.
Yeah.
I have bought very similar stickers at conventions, actually.
Yeah, that Wolverine one is like legit good. I like the little like adorable little Wolverine one.
He's got a like gremlin face.
Yeah.
That's a good like Wolverine gremlin face.
Yeah. Then they see their boy Cole come in. Carmen goes and has words. Cole is very unhappy.
Yes, and if you don't remember, Carmen was supposed to go to the dinner at Cole's, but she ended up being quote-unquote sick because she was developing her mutant powers. So she did not go and was not told of anything that happened that night.
You would think people would have updated her on what
happened.
Yeah,
like, hey, this is what happened.
It was a bad time,
That wasn't just any evening.
But you would think in the group text it would have been like, hey, the dinner was kind of a bad vibe. I don't know if we're cool with Cole right now.
Yeah, but it did not happen, so this becomes a very awkward confrontation with Benny standing up for Carmen before, a professor chimes in and says, knock it off.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of our intro to this, as before Benny remarks that he sometimes wishes they could go back. And we go into a flashback.
Yep, and this is back when the kids first found all of the equipment that lets them have their, quote, mutant powers. We see all of them trying out different abilities. For instance, Buddy is teleporting like Nightcrawler. We have Carmen with the angel wings. And, everybody's playing around. They found new toys. They're checking it out.
Yeah. And Benny and JJ have a little bit of an argument because Benny doesn't want him getting hurt.
Yeah, we're going to learn throughout the issue, but especially here, that Benny is very protective of his younger brother, JJ. And whenever JJ kind of acts out, he kind of puts on the parental guise of, hey, you shouldn't do that. I don't want to bring you here. But it's all, just a layer underneath where he very much cares.
Yeah. We get a bit here where as Benny is lecturing his brother, he accidentally sprays Carmen with some kind of pheromone, and this causes Carmen to kiss Benny. Neither of them are happy about this.
No, he's disgusted, she's shocked, and, JJ jokes about it. Buddy is able to figure out, like, okay, it looks like it's releasing some sort of, like, aerosol or pheromones of some kind. And it's, again, them just experimenting what they have found, but it also gives us a bit of a look at who Benny is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of who Benny is, we get a data page here from his Vibe Cloud page.
I can't believe he's a SoundCloud rapper. I can't believe it. I believe it, but also I'm like, oh my god, of course he would be.
I don't think he's a SoundCloud rapper. I think he's a metal guy.
He is, but like when I think of that, my brain just goes to the term SoundCloud rapper. But this does seem to be metal and punk. He specifically made a song called Snick Snacked, which is off of the Grimdark Past EP, which is a great name.
Yeah, also apparently he had Dark Colossus rapping on this, which is just a hilarious name. His SoundCloud name is Weapon Extra.
Yeah. No, these kids are huge nerds, and it's really fun.
Faintly Frosted Stitches was doing the hook. It's very funny. The tags here are rock, metal, punk, hip-hop, and thrash, and I just really want to see what the heck this mashup was.
I do too, because it sounds kind of wild.
And yeah, there's a we get a bunch of comments, which I think is very funny.
Yeah,
a lot of them clearly from some of his friends, but
yep, like maybe a certain Archivist X.
Yeah. Also, Robo Revolution is absolutely JJ.
Oh, absolutely. But we then cut to the Thomas household, where Carmen has arrived early, hoping to speak to Benny alone. This is where we meet some of the rest of Benny's family, including his stepmom, as well as his two stepbrothers, JJ, and I can't remember his other brother's name.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a name, but he has two younger brothers.
Yeah. He might, but I don't remember it either. We'll see if it comes to us as we keep going. And yeah, as they're doing this, Carmen goes downstairs into the basement here, as we see Benny's room.
Yes. Yeah. He has his drum set that is the Phoenix Force brand, which is great. He's got Wolverine posters.
We got a Deadpool poster too. He's a little bit of a Deadpool fan. We got a collection of vinyl records with Dazzler being the prominent one.
Mm-hmm. No, it's very fun. And again, you just get little things about him in the background here.
Yeah. So Carmen comes downstairs and wants to talk to him before everybody else gets here. Benny gets very defensive at this. Is not interested in having a conversation just one-on-one with her.
Yeah, he's a bit, I don't want to say nervous, but uncomfortable, I think is the better term. And he cuts Carmen off at one point, says, wait, hold on. You and I are friends, and I get that feelings happen, but I don't want to date you. I don't want to date anyone at all like that. And he completely misreads the situation, thinking that, she's trying to come on to him when she breaks out laughing. It's like, no, that's not what I want to talk about.
Yeah. It's just a very big misread by Benny. But yeah, she was looking for him specifically. Also, like, she remarks like, yeah, no, dude, I'm gay.
Yes.
But she wanted to talk to him specifically because he's one of the more level-headed of the group.
Yeah, and it's very clear from this that she still has not told anyone about what she went through and her potential powers she may have gained since then. So coming to him to talk about it makes sense, especially if she views him as the more level-headed one.
Yeah. Anyway, as she's about to get into it, Buddy, Gabe, and JJ and his brother come in, and JJ quickly just makes a remark of like, oh, were you two kissing? To which Gabe responds of, that'd be literally impossible for both of them. We should probably get into it now. Yeah, Benny is ace.
Yeah. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
Yes. Happy last day of Pride Month when we are recording this.
Yeah.
So I actually did not clock it at first. Even reading through this, I didn't until Tim messaged me and was like, "Hey, did you catch that?" And I was like, "Oh no, that was a good catch."
Yeah, it's
says it pretty explicitly.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. I was like, "Oh, I completely missed it."
I do like how it's not like directly said though. Like it's just like you kind of just get the implication by everything else that they've said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's a thing with this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, very, very queer friendly book that Children of the Atom is turning out to be.
Yeah, I feel that's been pretty consistent for the entire run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny kicks out his two brothers, including JJ. It's his room, his rules. Got to get out. And yeah.
Buddy
stole his shirt.
A little enthusiastic. She reveals that when they went to dinner the other night at Cole's, she took some of Cole's laundry and was like, "Isn't that cool? Maybe if he is a mutant, we can, I don't know, disguise ourselves with his sweat or something."
Yeah.
This is not a great plan.
It's not.
I don't think this is it, Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy's just really excited, but
and yeah, Benny puts on his realism face and is like, I really don't think this is gonna work. We probably would have heard about it if it did. And Buddy just is like, oh, you want to meet this guy, right? Just puts the Wolverine poster, and Benny's like, yeah, I want to meet Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, no, not Wolverine. He just wants to meet Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And, you know, Buddy pulls the same thing with pretty much almost all of them, even saying, like, don't you want to meet Colossus or Mystique? Which Mystique is a crazy one to me, considering she is a well-known assassin and murderer. But,
yeah,
sure, you know what? They can have fans.
But yeah, everyone's real excited about this. Also, Gabe picks up a book, and it's like a David Bowie biography that he grabs. I just love that. Benny's the music guy of the group, and I just appreciate that about him. Yeah, we get a another data page here. This is a website called Extreme about it's an article about the Uncanny Universe collection sightings, the Young X-Men. It's an article about people asking about who are these Young X-Men.
It seems to be a website that's just dedicated to collecting X-Men and mutant sightings. They have, you know, articles on CotA opening its doors for the Hellfire Gala. What's up with the X-Men and swords? And, you know, other little fun things like that that make sense.
What's up with the X-Men and swords is a very funny headline.
Yeah. You know, there's just fun little tidbits if you've been, like, reading the entire Krakoan era that are always, like, shoved here and there throughout these data pages that I really like.
There's immediately some comments here where it's just like, I love how these kids could not resist just immediately commenting on their own, like, article about themselves.
Yes, of like, hey, here's their names, and then here comes JJ saying, no, it's not Daycrawler, it's Nighty Nightcrawler.
Yeah, and someone says they're all dumb except Cherub. That's pretty cool. And then we get a Cradle official account at the end of just, like, hard narking, be like, oh, yeah, anybody has some information about these kids, we'll give you a small reward.
Yep, and that's still really been in the background of all of this. I believe it was mostly focused on... Did Miss Marvel have a comic at this time?
I don't know. If it did, it probably ended around this time.
Okay. Because this is still all of the background stuff involving Kamala's Law, where they outlawed young superheroes, and they could either be arrested or sent to re-education camps.
Yeah.
But now, back on Coney Island, underneath the bridge, the kids are all here in their getup, ready to test out this theory and see if maybe they can go through the gate.
Yeah.
So, at this moment, when the kids are all here under the bridge, we also get a little bit more about Benny. We learn that when he was 4, his parents divorced.
Jason is his name.
Yes, okay, yes, Jason. That is the other kid who has maybe 2 lines.
Wait, no. Is Jason just JJ?
Wait. Yes?
Yeah, okay, never mind. We're wrong.
Okay.
Okay,
Either way, his parents divorced, and his dad ended up remarrying, which is where JJ comes into the picture, and this is where Benny learns a couple of things that he is still struggling with, like he feels like he is now pretty replaceable, and he has accepted that about himself, and has realized, like, he doesn't need anybody else anyway, you know, heavy air quotes there. But if there is something he has found that he really cares for, is that it's his younger brother, JJ.
Yeah. So yeah, we all gather and we're going to try out the gate, but before they can go through the gate, they get a bunch of spotlights turned on them as,
a bunch of U-men show up.
Yeah, all the boys be here.
Yeah.
You know,
Metal Gear looking guys.
Yes. Yeah, they do. They are very Metal Gear coded.
The other kind of line from Benny here that I think is kind of more honest with his worldview is he doesn't want to be alone. He just wants to be, like, sure that whoever he's letting in isn't going to leave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
So it's kind of that very difficult acceptance of he feels replaceable, but he does not want to keep that feeling. So I don't want to say normal teenage drama, because that's not quite correct, but this is still a bit of a coming of age story, so you do get a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But these kids are very quickly overwhelmed by the U-men here and are taken down.
Everything goes south for them real quick.
Yeah, Benny is up for a bit, and JJ gets captured. He is able to go and free his younger brother before getting captured himself, and essentially just tells JJ to book it.
Yeah. We get this narration also of just like his idea of family is not somebody that's blood, it's somebody that you choose. And he's picky about who actually gets to be let in at this point. But once you're in, Benny's got you. And I actually do like how that's kind of shown through JJ, because he is the only member of his family with his dad that he's not related to in some way, aside from his stepmom, presumably. And I like how protective he is of this kid.
Yeah, no, I really like the big brother, younger brother dynamic that they have going on. And we even see his protective found family innate drive earlier when Cole was going after Carmen. He steps in between them and is like, hey, Cole, back off.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he clearly... I like this bit about him. Like, these friends are incredibly important to him, and he is going to...
Yes. And as JJ, is told to run off, Benny gets knocked out. And we're going to cut ahead here. But before we do that, just a little bit about the U-Men, and that is the letter U dash men, like X-Men, but with the U. We have heard of them before. They are the group that turned No Girl into a brain in a jar. So these are not good people.
Yeah.
They are from New X-Men 2001, which came out in 2001. They are another group of fanatical humans who believe that they can become the third species, aka humans with mutant powers. They do this by grafting mutant parts to themselves, blood transfusions, and taking mutant DNA. So it's just another one of those very mutant-obsessed groups.
Very appropriate for this series.
Yes. Yeah, where you get the kids really wanting to be mutants, but more in a, just a love and looking up to manner, whereas there are these people that just want to do it for power. And maybe just a little bit of sadism.
Yep, there's a clearly drawn line between teenagers kind of experimenting with their identity, which is stated outright in the next issue, versus deluded adults.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is an interesting line to draw. Also, thank you for calling out where the human had already shown up, because I was so sure that we'd seen them before, but I had no idea where.
They're very similar to several other groups we've already run into, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so Benny's gonna come around here, and he and the rest of his friends are now caught in what looks to be some sort of a secret lab. He immediately calls out for JJ, and the others tell him, hey, he got away, it's just us here.
Yeah. And we get a little bit more Benny dialogue here, how much he just values JJ, and he recognizes that JJ looks up to him, and he's worried that he will let him down one day, and also says, the team has accepted me, but it doesn't really make me feel safe. I'm scared that I'm going to let them down and they will also leave.
Yeah, so even though he has found somewhere where he doesn't feel like, he's immediately going to be thrown away, he's still worried that he's going to one day just be tossed out.
Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, we got the human here with Dr. Barrington, and they,
yeah, this is an interesting one. Do either of you remember Dr. Barrington?
No.
Because we've seen her.
Where was she before?
Oh, Sergio, you're going to love this. So, Commander Kruger is with her. She's new. She's new in this. Dr. Barrington is from New Mutants number 8 and 12, where she was making mutants eating monsters near Nova.
Oh my god, she's the eyebrows.
Oh, right.
She's the eyebrows one.
Oh, that's incredible.
Let's go.
She's back.
I really thought we just would never see that character again.
I thought so too, until she came back here, and I'm like, wait, I've heard that name before. Why do I know her? So I was like, I looked it up, and I'm like,
you have incredible memory.
I was like, oh my god. So, yeah, Nova Roma lives on. Just a little bit. We can't escape it.
That's amazing.
What have we done?
She's out there, like, hustling.
Yeah. She is. She tried her monster thing, didn't work. She immediately called up this paramilitary group and was like, hey, you need some help?
Yeah, like, yeah. I'll come harvest some kids for you. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's an incredible pivot. That's just props to her.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta tailor your resume.
Hashtag girl boss. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
But, yeah, so she's here. But they're planning to harvest these kids and kill them because they believe that they are mutants.
Yeah.
But before we see what happens with that, we get a screaming JJ who has brought what looks to be backup as he calls the X-Men together.
Yeah, we get this last little bit of dialogue here from Benny, as well as where he's just saying, I'm scared everybody else will eventually catch on that I'm expendable and leave me as well. But every day I'm proven wrong there. Everybody else just keeps choosing me back. And he's saying they're giving this narration over the X-Men showing up. And this is like the X-Men showing up. It's Wolverine, it's Cyclops, it's Jean Grey, it's Storm, it's Nightcrawler. And then also Magma, Maggot, and Pixie, because why not?
Yeah, we got a bunch of A-listers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, really good crew if you need to go save your friends.
Yeah, we brought the good ones. And yeah, that's issue 4. Mm-hmm. Let's get started on issue 5 here. It's time for the JJ issue.
Yeah, so number 5 is titled Reinforcements. I bet you can't tell what's going to happen. This one is still written by Vita Ayala and released in July of 2021. And we're cutting back to right when the team is captured by the U-Men and JJ is told to run, and this time it is now from his perspective, like Tim said.
Yeah.
And an interesting thing to note here, JJ is 12. He is about to be 13. So he is the youngest of the group.
Yeah, he is very much a kid still. We get some of his narration here. He's not related to Benny, but to him, he's lived with him so much, he doesn't remember anything before they were brothers. Like, he's always been his brother to him.
Yeah, and very important to note is one of JJ's first memories is his brother's face. So he has always looked up to Benny. Yeah,
and we get the perspective of him that he feels like he's looking at Benny, and Benny isn't happy with him anymore, that he doesn't want to be his brother. And has this kind of inferiority complex around this, that he has to do better. He wants to be a good enough brother to be kind of like worthy of that.
Yeah. And this will be more of a through line through this issue as well. And I really like that we got the Benny side of this first before we got JJ's, because it does put everything into perspective of like, well, no, that's not right. But you can see, I mean, JJ's a kid. Of course, this is how he's going to look at it.
Yeah, like I like it quite a bit because, like, you know, from Benny's perspective, this is a completely, like, skewed view here. Like, this isn't how Benny thinks of this kid at all. But from JJ's perspective, it's like, yeah, I understand why you would get that idea.
Yeah, it's very honest.
Yeah.
I think is what I really like about it.
It feels really, really relatable. I'm not that younger brother, but I still feel like this is a very familiar kind of dynamic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he's confusing Benny being protective and worried that he's getting into danger with, like, Benny does not like him.
Yeah. And while, again, this is all going on, we get to see everything where the rest of the crew is packed into armored vehicles and taken away. JJ is following them, trying to maybe do something, but he's realizing, I can't do anything. I'm overpowered here, so what am I gonna do?
Yeah, and he lands on, he wants to, he's gonna go get the X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do like how he kind of has to deliberate a little bit here. He's like, do I call the Avengers? Do I go the Champions? And he's like, wait, no, duh. We have the little seal from Storm that said if you ever needed help, just bring this to the embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's what he does. We get a little bit more narration here. He used to read music with Benny, but they don't really do that anymore. His parents keep telling him he's smart, but he's not really interested in doing school stuff. He wants to make movies. He wants to be the next Justin Lin or John Waters, which is like a hell of a two directors to choose.
As someone who's not very director focused when it comes to movies, what have those two done?
Oh, well, Justin Lin is let me go look at his filmography just to make sure. Yeah, he has done a lot of Fast and the Furious movies.
Okay.
As well as Better Luck Tomorrow. Like he has directed 5 Fast and the Furious movies. He did the last of the Paramount Star Trek movies.
Oh, okay. That actually gives me a good view of what the directing style is.
Yeah. John Waters, meanwhile, let me go just tell you some stuff that John Waters has directed.
He did Pink Flamingos.
Yeah, Pink Flamingos.
Oh.
Roman Candles.
Very different movies.
Hairspray, like 1988 Hairspray. Crybaby.
Hey, you know what, JJ? Aim for the stars, buddy.
Yeah, like that's a very funny two directors to pick.
Mm-hmm.
But
no,
I
those
respect
are very
it.
different. Yeah, I love that.
And yeah, he wants to make movies and he wants Benny to do the soundtracks.
I think it's sweet.
And it's cute, yeah. We get a data page of the powerful gear used by the Children of the Atom.
Yeah, this is just a breakdown of all of the kids' gear and what they believe it's actually used for. When they found it in the crashed alien ship, they think this is a bunch of mining or archaeology equipment, and they go through their descriptions of each as to why they think so.
Yeah.
Again, it's the, mutant powers that we've seen.
Yeah. It's
this is a bottom tier info page, I'm sad to say.
Yeah.
Because the only person who could have written this is the author.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no in-universe explanation for why this would exist, which is partially what I like about these pages.
Yeah, I like the idea of data pages as like this is a document that somebody has in universe.
Yeah.
And we are seeing that document. This is like when you have wording like the kids theorize that this is a welding technology. It's just like, okay, who wrote this? It's
this is the author talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, really the only thing kind of important here is the psi shielding technology that the kids have, because Jean or no other telepath can read them. It seems to be that the kids just bought pieces of old Magneto helmets online and then modified it into their equipment, which I think is really fun.
Yeah.
But that's about the only really important piece here.
Yep.
I like the idea that there are so many Magneto helmet pieces that they, kids can just buy them.
Yeah,
yes.
you go on eBay and you can get a piece of Magneto's helmet. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
The X-Men are about to throw down with this group of freaks here.
Yeah, and they're, they're weird. This guy right at the front that's like a little green and just not looking too great. The U-Men look like a bad time.
Yeah. The little leader of them says to me, my human, and it's like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't.
That's funny.
You can't do that. I'm sorry.
So the battle do be raging.
Yeah. Very pretty battle pages, I will add. I really like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fighting. It's action.
Yeah, it is action. It is good action. JJ is going to run into the fray and try to, free his friends that are still all caught. And the rest of the mutants are trying to be like, hey, we got to protect the kids. They're in over their head. And they can kind of do it. They're really just keeping an eye on them. But there are too many humans to actually get directly involved with that.
Yeah. And yeah, as they're fighting, it seems like things are not going super well for the human. Again, we brought the A-listers, like this was never going to go their way. But Dr. Barrington has a bunch of dudes with some vests and wants to test her solution to this.
Yeah, the vests emit what looks to be some sort of a pulse that either dampens or turns off the X gene. So when this is directed at the mutants, They all obviously are weak and sick and are not able to fight back. And this is where everybody involved is going to very quickly learn that the children of the Atom are not mutants.
Yeah, they are not affected by this aside from, Gimmick, who is lightly affected by it, but isn't directly in the blast, so it's fine. We get a little bit more narration from JJ about how being a superhero is cool.
Yes, he's excited to be a hero, and he's having a fun time. I think it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But I do like the very quick reveal of, like, oh, they're human.
Yeah. Also, we go through who JJ thinks of the rest of the team as well. He calls Carmen the tricky one, Buddy the leader, Gabe the brain, himself the funny guy who secretly is going to end up saving the day, and Benny as the badass. And I just think it's nice that he thinks about his brother that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. They have a nice relationship. They'll be fine.
Yeah. JJ teleports in and immediately has the vest directed toward him, and everybody just realizes they're humans.
Yep, Dr. Barrington, who is upset, and Storm, who looks... I don't know what I would say her look is. Confused, I think is good.
It's confused, yeah, like, oh.
Yeah, like interesting.
Yeah.
But with the vests turned off, the X-Men are able to get back on their feet and are able to win the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some more pages of fighting.
And, we get a nice little group shot with all the X-Men kind of standing with some of their counterparts, but not really. We get Cyclops last with Cyclops, Marvel guy with Marvel girl, Nighty Nightcrawler with Nightcrawler, but unfortunately for Cherub and Gimmick, their
halves are not here.
Is not there. So Gimmick gets Wolverine and Cherub gets Storm, which not a bad.
Not bad, honestly.
Yeah.
But as everything is turning around, Dr. Barrington just books it. She's out of here.
Yeah.
And our commander here, she basically runs into a villain escape tube that is conveniently off to the side and is able to jettison to safety.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
It is very funny.
I hope we see them again.
Same.
I hope the Doctor is completely in some working with another group entirely.
Yeah, she's gonna end up in Orcus
somehow, and then I hope after that
so.
she's like somewhere else completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at the aftermath of the battle now as Benny and JJ reunite. And yeah,
we got the name for the other brother.
Oh, we did?
It's Aiden.
Aiden. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I saw that and I was like, yes. I was hoping we were going to get his name.
The circle is complete.
Yeah. We figured it out. They mentioned it once.
Yes.
We get more narration from JJ here about how he feels like the odd one out between the two, but when he puts on the gear, he's kind of able to not feel that anymore. He feels like he belongs.
Yeah, and this unfortunately comes at the same time where Cyclops, once congratulates the kids on, doing a pretty good job, but then also tells them, hey, Kamala's law not only applies to you, but this is dangerous, especially for real mutants, and you guys aren't real mutants, so maybe don't do this.
Yeah, it's the immediate letdown after you did good work out there is like, yeah, you gotta hang this up, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's letting them down easy.
It is. I agree. It's like, hey, okay, like you didn't get hurt this time, but like you can't be doing this. I think this could have been a lot harsher.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No,
There's
I
a
think
degree
so
of
too.
deception here that they could have assumed what's going on. That would have ended much worse for the kids. But no, they're being adults about it.
Yeah.
These are just kids.
These are kids. They wanted to be mutants. They aren't mutants.
Yeah.
Like, just be done with this. You're not superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
JJ again. You get the narration of just like this disappointment. He has to go home and be him after the battle's over. He's just the weird kid. It was nice before because Benny would let him tag along, but he doesn't really want to do that anymore, and he just glares at him a lot. And then we get a data page here.
A not Twitter feed of day crawlers. And one of them is a post by Cradle that essentially is talking about Kamala's Law and says to give tips to find kid vigilantes. And then the other one that I think is funny is a post from CotA Official, which is thanking the Children of the Atom for helping them, but that they're not sanctioned, which, whatever. It's a PR statement. I want to know who operates the Krakoan Twitter account, like the official state Twitter account.
Can we talk about the Cradle Twitter post, just L plus ratio?
Yes, no, they got downvoted into oblivion.
Yeah. Again, a bit more narration about JJ just feeling like he doesn't fit anywhere before we go to Buddy and Carmen, who are patching each other up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carmen
still
does not have a scratch on her.
Yeah, still a little bit of tension too. Buddy unwittingly kind of, very much not noticing that Carmen is into her and, getting close, being very kind, and just being very oblivious.
Yeah. Tells Carmen she means a lot to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it cannot be easy for Carmen. We go to the living room as Benny, JJ, and Cole are all kind of just laying around. Oh, not Cole, Gabe. Benny's kind of cleaning up JJ from his little scrapes that he's got. And tells him like, hey, like what you did was dumb, but that was brave, and like we appreciate it. And then is like, yeah, you're my little brother. We're family. I love you. And the narration for JJ just completely flips here. He matters. Was wrong, and he's not alone. It's very sweet. I really like the kind of the 1-2 punch of these two issues together.
Yeah, same. And as the kids are, resting and trying to decide what to do next, as the X-Men did tell them to hang up the suits, they get a knock at the door.
Yeah. And Storm's here, looking dressed to the nines.
Yeah, she looks fantastic again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This one's a little weird because it comes out a little mean, and I don't think that was the intention, or maybe not fully from Storm. But she comes inside, and she's like, no need to apologize for everything. You're children. It's in your nature to explore identities, but that's not why I'm here. The Hellfire Gala is tomorrow, and you are invited.
Yeah. Well, not you are invited. The gala is open to all mutants, and there's a mutant here.
Yeah, and Buddy immediately says, well, that's not true, we're human. And Carmen, again, very quietly goes, that's not exactly true.
Yeah, and yeah, she gives a letter here to Carmen. Just says, like, hey, you're welcome to come as my guest, you are not alone. And we see just the various reactions of the kids as we're left on this.
Yes, she did try to tell at least one of them earlier, but did not have the chance to, and now it was revealed without her choice.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think Storm comes off as harsh here. I think she's just like a very commanding adult, and it's hard for her to get down on the level of the kids. But I think she handles it well. I don't think it's meant to be like mean-spirited or anything.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't think it's her intention. I think just her coming into these group of kids where she just found out they are pretending to be mutants to specifically single one of them out is a little harsh, but unintentionally so. And also, she wouldn't know what their situation is. She just knows that, Carmen is a mutant. That's it.
Yeah.
She didn't know that Carmen didn't tell anyone.
Also, the gala is tomorrow, so she doesn't have like a lot of bandwidth to do this more gracefully. She just has to go in and let her know. Hey,
here's
you're
the
invited.
Invitation. Let's
Yeah.
Also very true.
But yeah, I really like these 2 issues, actually.
I think this might be my favorite 2 issues from this run so far.
Yeah, same. I think these are very good.
I really like, as you said, Tim, the way that it explores that relationship between the 2 brothers. It's very sweet. I think it's well handled. I did not feel as interested by the narration from the other issues in the series, but these 2 are really, really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I of the 2, I think Carmen, or of the other 3, I think Carmen is the most interesting. But yeah, I think getting kind of the 2 sides of the coin of Benny and JJ and how they feel about each other, and seeing how those emotions just don't quite match up with what both of them actually feel, I think is very good.
And I do feel like it takes skill to be able to like hold the spinning plates in the air when you're also doing Carmen's story, which is this very much is now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it does a really good job shifting between all of these point of views, and then having this little brotherly drama going on in the foreground. I think it's pretty good. I think it's nifty and it's well handled.
Yeah.
Also like the reaction of the X-Men in general, finding out these were humans all along, instead of like blowing up and making this story about that, or this story about the kids getting what's coming to them because they don't know what forces they're like toying with or what it means to be a mutant or whatever. I think I was very encouraged by the way the mutants handled it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, hey, you really shouldn't be doing this. We're not blaming you, but don't do this. And yeah, I agree. I think this could have been handled like significantly worse.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the direction this was going, and I was kind of bracing for like the secondhand embarrassment, but I didn't really get that. I really like the way it was handled.
Yeah.
No, you both covered pretty much exactly my thoughts on it. So I agree. I think these are my 2 favorite of these. And Tim, you will get this. Sergio, we're not there yet, and it's going to be a while. But I realized as we were reading this last issue that the format of Children of the Atom is the same format of one of our favorite comics that comes later in the Krakoan era, where it does the individual issues on people. And I was like, huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it does the same format, but I feel better. But that's also because they're not focused on kids. So
yeah. All right, yeah, so that is going to be the issues this week. We are not quite done yet, though. Chris, you had some things you wanted to talk about with the Hellfire Gala.
I do. So I decided right before recording this, I have this whole thing written of the Hellfire Gala and a bunch of information for it. I'm actually going to save most of it for next time, because next time is when we officially start the issues covering the Hellfire Gala. But
let's go. Tomorrow.
To give us a little bit of a teaser, just a tiny bit, the Hellfire Gala event was announced back in March 9th of 2021. So why they did it then is, we've talked about it a little bit, is comics, so Marvel and DC, as well as others, reveal their solicits months in advance, so individuals and brick and mortar stores can order issues in advance, essentially just pre-order them. In order to beat their June solicits from spoiling everything, Marvel went ahead and just announced the gala before those went up and was like, hey, we're doing this big thing, this is what it's called, and it is going to culminate in something called Planet-Sized X-Men. So this is what they put out. This June, the Hellfire Trading Company invites readers everywhere to the inaugural Hellfire Gala to announce the first team of Krakoan X-Men to the world and reveal the startling plans that mutant kind has in store for the Marvel Universe. This highly anticipated comics event will unfold in issues of your favorite ongoing X-Men series, as well as Planet-Size X-Men. a special double-sized one-shot from two of Mutant Kind's most masterful creators, which is Gary Duggan and then Pepe Larraz. The Hellfire Gala rages on in one of the most pivotal chapters yet in Jonathan Hickman's X-Men era, but even bigger things are afoot a world away. And that is all we get. So the entire event is going to be 12 titles. It is going to be all of the current X-Men titles, I believe, that are out, as well as the planet-size X-Men that they have announced here.
Yes. Every title, every X-Men title gets an issue, except for Marauders, which gets 2.
Yes, and there is a reason for that. So I'll bring this up next time too, since this is kind of at the end here. But it was revealed in some later Q&As that went on with Gary Duggan and also one with Jonathan Hickman that Duggan actually came up with the idea for the Hellfire Gala just for Marauders and was just, I'm going to put this together, I'm going to do it. But when, as a group, all of the artists and creators were talking about what they were doing next, everybody was so excited about this idea of a Hellfire Gala that it kind of grew into something a lot bigger. So it became a comic line-wide event instead of just Marauders, which is why he gets 2 of them, because he technically is the creator of it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And also another
It is very Marauders adjacent.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen that not only from like real life, but actual what's happening narratively in the comics that's where it came from.
Yeah, like yes. The seeds of this were planted in Marauders.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Emma is in universe the one putting it together. She's gotten everybody else on board, This is her show.
Yeah.
So two other things before we go. But one of them is actually the Hellfire Gala was meant to be a end of the year December event. But again, it was a pandemic casualty and everything got pushed back so much that it became more of a June-July kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only other thing that you should know, and we'll be going over most of it next time, is around the time they started to show off the first covers for the Hellfire Gala issues, Marvel ended up releasing something called, I want to get the name of it, called the Hellfire Gala Guide. So that came out April 28th. It's free. You can still find it online. There was a physical version of it, but I don't know how easy that is to get anymore. It's just a very small little couple-page comic. It's set in universe where Emma is being given an interview asking what the gala is, what the theme is, why she's doing it. And it's essentially, the same things we've covered if we've been reading Marauders and you've been reading with us, where she decided to put on a party for everybody to come. It's kind of political moves. It's, a show of force. And it's supposed to culminate in something important and blockbuster surprise. The only really kind of new thing we get from it is that everyone is invited. So this includes enemies. Specifically, names like Dr. Doom are thrown around. Anybody that is politically significant has been offered an invitation to this thing.
Yeah, that's fun.
And
gotta maximize the chaos.
Yeah, just really, really go for the party here. We will be kicking things off with that next time with Marauders number 21, X-Force number 20, and Hellions number 12. Very excited to see what the Hellions are going to get up to in the gala.
Yeah, I'm sure that group of misfits is going to be perfectly fine in a party.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very looking at the reading order graphic that we have, there are some fun titles in the mix too.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of these where it's like, oh, what the heck are they going to do?
Uh-huh.
Yes. So I am very, very excited to start digging into this again.
Yeah.
All right,
I think that is us for today.
Yeah, very straightforward set of issues, but I liked all of them. I think none of them is quite a standout, but they were all, all right.
Yeah,
good.
Really solid week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And I am actually excited to see how Children of the Atom kind of resolves, especially knowing that it's going to do so as part of the gala, during the gala.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
There is a little bit of interesting stuff about the release date of those issues, actually. I think this collected edition actually fixes that. Originally, this was released in a way where Cable number 12 was announced as a Hellfire Gala issue, which it's not, if you can clearly see. And the Children of the Atom issue, number 6, was released way after the fact. And issue 5 was announced as the Hellfire Gala issue, which, again, it's also, that's clearly not the case.
Yeah, release schedule was still a little messy at that time.
But okay, we'll wrap it there.
Yeah, so if you have listened this far, thank you so much for listening. If you could give us a review on your podcast app of choice, that would be great. It helps us get out there and find more people to join in this wonderful Krakoan journey with us. If you would like to follow us on social media, you can follow this podcast at Study of X. You can find it on Tumblr and on Blue Sky. On there, we have our reading order. We will have images from the issues that we've read, or just fun little tidbits here and there. If you have a question, a comment, a joke, what your Children of the Atom X-Men name would be, you can send us an email at studyofx@gmail.com, and Tim might just read it here on the podcast.
It is possible.
And if you are looking for us individually, you can find me at Sawneeks, that is SAWNEEKS, on Blue Sky. I'm there every now and again, not too much. I'm still deep in the Warhammer mines. I have never left. Perhaps I've always been here. I'm not too sure anymore. But, Tim, if they are looking for you to give you an invite to the first inaugural Hellfire Gala, where can they find you?
Dissecting some mutants.
Ooh, okay. They might rescind the invite then.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's okay. Maybe next year.
Yeah, it's okay. You can also find me in Nova Roma just doing some experiments.
Okay. Are you also a doctor?
Yes.
Unsure.
Yeah.
Sergio,
okay.
If they're looking for you, not only do they know not to look in Nova Roma, but if they are looking for you to tell you about the War Wagon and your chance to win one, where can they find you?
Well, I'm currently being dissected.
Oh.
It's not as fun as it sounds. I thought it was like a skincare thing. It's not.
Ooh. Hopefully you have a healing factor?
I think someone's gonna put that in me.
Just to be clear, this is not me. This is an unrelated dissection.
You seemed unsure about your own doctorate, so I don't know if I believe you.
These allegations are unfounded.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll update with that next time. We'll find these allegations. We will see if they have founding or not.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. But until next time, everybody. Later, mutants.
Bye.
Bye.